The less you think, the more money you'll actually make. Now, to fully illustrate my point here, I have a really quick graph that I just drew. And this is a descending curve, as you can tell. So we start up here and then we go down as the curve goes. Very basic. You've seen it if you attended the 3rd grade. So this basically shows the depth of understanding that you have of a problem equates to the amount you'll be paid. So everybody who's big in the space, in the business space that is, Alex Ramosi, Charlie Morgan, Iman Gaji, whatever it is, they're getting paid on a deeper level because they have more knowledge of a problem or a solution. Whereas guys that are in the agency space for 3 to 6 months don't have that depth of understanding. They don't have that depth of knowledge. They simply don't have all the expertise as the other guys do, just because of the fact that the other guys have been in it longer. If you see here, there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3. Now these, obviously, if you put context clues together, represent the amount of years that you're in the industry, the niche, whatever it is that you're doing in this space. So the first year is obviously kind of superficial. You're still on the, forefront of things. Second year, you're starting to learn a lot more. In the 3rd year, you're pretty much an absolute goat at whatever you're doing. I want to show you guys this graph because people quit 4 months into this graph. Like, they don't even hit the learning curve yet. Like, genuinely, it's actually a learning curve. They don't even hit the learning curve. You try e-commerce for 3 to 6 months and your store absolutely fails. You're done. You call it quits. You stopped right here. You do copywriting for 6 to 12 months. Maybe you'll get down to this point, just starting to get the learning curve. You failed a lot in the past, but then you just started to get a small win and you say, well, the small win is enough. It's not going to pay for the bills, or the small win is not going to make me 6 figures a month. Yeah, because you're still in the beginning phases, and then you quit. Or maybe you do trading for 2.5 years and you actually get past the learning curve. You're really making solid money. And then a huge hiccup happens and you get set back because one of your trades goes absolutely haywire. And you're just like, I can't risk this again. I can't do this again. I can't have this loss again. I quit. When all the while, if you stuck with it, longevity is the name of the game nowadays. If you simply stick with it for a longer period of time, you will make more money based on the depth of understanding. As everybody harps on these guys for selling courses, for selling coaching, but if you think about it, the guys that have been in the space for 3+ years have so much more depth of knowledge than you do because you've been in the space for like 7 months. And even guys like Ramosi have been in this space for over a decade, easily. And so what you guys have to understand is that you're overanalyzing every single step. The less you think, the more money you'll make. And you simply are just overanalyzing it. The simplest way to put it is if you simply do the daily actions to learn more about the skill, if you simply stay in the front lines, stay in the trenches or whatever, of actually doing the work, if you stay learning and you stay curious every single day, those years will pass. And then you'll come to realize that one day you'll be ended up down here. You'll land down here just because the sole fact that you actually stuck with it. When you stick with things, you learn more about your craft. You learn and you have a deeper knowledge and understanding of what it actually is to win. And so we have to focus on what needs to be done. Now, if like I learned the skills to get clients and I'm doing that, I'm documenting my journey. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just turning on the camera every single morning. I'm having something to talk about. I'm having a solid point to say. I'm basically giving myself advice that I wish I knew 6 to 12 months ago. And then I pretty much record that. I get so many DMs of people asking me, how do you always come up with content ideation? I'm overthinking it. Again, the less you think, the more money you make. How do you always come up with content ideas? How do you always do this? I simply tell them, think about advice that you wish you heard 6 to 12 months ago. Business, relationship, motivation, whatever it is about, turn the camera and talk about that. And these simple tips, these simple tricks that I talk about on this channel are what have helped me get through these past 6 to 12 months and even 24 months, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm in the client acquisition space. I've been in it for a while. I'm going to continue to be in the client acquisition space. When you guys are watching this video in 2030, 2027, whatever it is, I don't care. When you're watching this video, know that I was in the client acquisition space 4 years ago. So wherever I am right now, I'm there for a reason because I've been in the game for a while. A lot of you guys can't fathom that. You can't fathom staying in something even past a huge loss. You can't fathom staying in something after you hit a huge, breaking point and then your Shopify store gets shut down, Stripe holds $25,000 worth of payments and you can't do it anymore. You got to simply stay in the game longer. And if you can't do that, you're not cut out for it. Entrepreneurship is a windy road for a reason. It's the exact opposite of a stable paycheck. It's the exact opposite of stable income, stability. It's literally the exact opposite of stability. My goal with entrepreneurship is to make it as stable as possible. But that takes time, and that takes, guess what? Depth of knowledge and field. So the longer you stay in something, the less you think about it, the more you just put in the daily actions. Don't question reading the books. Don't question learning the skills. Don't question hiring a mentor. Just simply do it. Now, don't act blindlessly and just throw your money at anybody, but don't question what people who have been in the game for 3 to 6 years longer than you have will tell you. Obviously, somebody who's been in the game for like 10 years is telling you to buy their course. They're probably doing that for a good reason. But for those that are giving out free game like me, for those that are giving out free knowledge to help you, possibly a beginner or somebody who's within their first year or first 2 years in the space, I'm doing this for a reason, to build goodwill and to give back. Because these are the lessons that I wish I knew 6 to 12, 24 months ago, however long it was ago. These are the lessons that I wish I knew. And you'll see this video years down the line, and you'll realize and you'll know that I was in this space, hustling, recording YouTube videos, doing the daily actions. There's absolutely no excuse as to why you shouldn't be doing the exact same either.